How come every time I make these videos, it always takes 3 times for me to do it because they all ended up 10 minutes long in cringe. Um, okay, let's start over. I am on 0.6. Off of 1 milligram, I have reached 0.6. I am on my 8th cut. I'm here today because I want to talk about some of the symptoms that have unfortunately become a little bit prominent in the last 2 cuts. The last 2 cuts that I've done have been, when I say problematic, I only use that word because my whole journey thus far really has not been problematic. I want you to keep in mind that this is my story. You might have a different story. Somebody else might have a worse time than I'm having or a better time. But this is just my diary. This is just my true experience of my story. So right now the symptoms that I'm having, most of them are all pre-existing issues that are flaring. And that's actually what's happening right now. But it's a little bit disruptive in the fact that it is an insomnia issue. But it's really such a complex thing that I have to talk about multiple things before I can get to that. So the thing that you need to know about me is that I was taking Ativan for a bladder disease that I had, and I would take it at night. I would take Ativan at night because it was very, very, very hard to sleep without it because my bladder felt like an internal sunburn. There was pain. There was pressure. It was very uncomfortable. I felt like I had to pee all the time, and the Ativan would help me stay asleep through the night when I took because I was on temazepam, which was a sleeping pill. That in combination with the Ativan just knocked me out and kept me asleep. So now that I'm withdrawing from it, even though I'm in remission right now, my symptoms are not like that with my bladder disease. I have had reoccurring issues of OCD, which in turn plays into my anxiety, which in turn plays into my insomnia. So I have really, really bad OCD at night, and this is becoming a little bit. I haven't had issues with OCD in a long time, so I think that this is also a pre-existing condition that's flaring up. But so when I go to bed at night, I constantly, every 10 to 20 minutes, like clockwork, I will be in the bathroom seeing if I'm having a flare, because my mind will not let me sleep at night if I think I'm having any kind of flare. It's almost it almost feels like a PTSD issue, almost like, oh, I have these flashbacks to 10 years ago when it was like this, and anytime that I get a flare, I think I'm going to go back into remission. And that, in turn, makes it really hard for me to sleep. And, more so than anything, that's what the problem has been. And it's not been oh, I can't just sleep. Although, that has been happening too, but it's not as severe as the anxiety, contributing into this chain effect that affects my insomnia at night. And that has been the most disruptive symptom of everything that I've experienced so far, only because when you don't get sleep, it affects everything. You're tired, you feel like shit. If you don't sleep for a few days, which is something that has been happening to me, it kind of stacks. And it's disruptive. It doesn't really, it hasn't really stopped me from doing anything that I would normally do, but it's just, I would like to sleep, That's the most disruptive symptom that I've experienced. And it's under wraps. I am combating it at the root. So I'm trying to be mindful of my OCD. And I have an appointment with my therapist next week, so we can start working on that. But the other thing that I have noticed is, and this is, it might be a pre-existing thing, although I don't think it is. I've been having, body-wide aches and pains. Last night, I had this shooting pain going from, my back down into my leg, and I might have a pinched nerve, so it might be, a pre-existing condition in that sense. I have awful posture, really bad posture. I am not good to my body, but, something that, I feel like a pinched nerve wouldn't affect my fingers on the other side, or my shoulder over here when the pain's over there. So I don't know how much of this, and that's the problem with this taper, is that I don't know how much of this is variable and how much of this is, no, that's not, that's actually the taper. Okay, well, I don't know, so I'm just going through it. The other thing, and this isn't really an issue anymore, but I was sick for 2 months from October, so from Halloween to Christmas. I got sick 3 times. I'm better now. They put me on an inhaler. I'm doing a pulmonary fitness test next month because they think I might have asthma, which also is a pre-existing thing. That's something that has already been an issue before COVID started even. But the thing that I think might be happening is that I think my immune system might be compromised because of the stress that I'm going under. My body is stressed out physically from the taper, and I think that I'm more susceptible to illness. And I've just been going to places like karaoke bars and parties and stuff, like holiday parties and stuff where a lot of people have been sick, and I think I'm just getting it because my body is more susceptible. But I've been wearing a mask everywhere. I've been trying to be good about not going out as much just to keep control of my health because the cough was heinous, but that's under control now also. So I think those 3 things are happening right now. Less so the immune system thing is, I'm doing a lot better now. The main things that are bothering me in this moment right now is my body fucking hurts. I need a massage. And just the sleep, the anxiety to not sleep at night is really the only things. But I'm just here to be super honest about what I'm going through, because that's what I just bit my tongue. That's what the whole channel is about. It's just me being super honest about everything that I experience, any discomfort that I go through. But I want you to keep in mind that these are not big things. Like, if this happens to me for the rest of the taper, I wouldn't be concerned about it. Like, it is what it is. It really is. Like, I knew going into this, I wasn't going to be untouched. I was going to be uncomfortable at some point. But the way that I'm going to handle this from now on, I am cutting every 2 to 4 weeks at 5 to 10%. What I've actually been doing, I'm cutting 5% every 2 weeks. So I might start cutting 5% every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks. Depending on what the next cut looks like, I'll make my decision as I go. I also have to talk to my psychiatrist. But it shouldn't... I'm going to play it by ear. And that's really all I can do. But I just wanted to keep you updated. This is how things are going. Other than that, I'm doing really well. I'm in good spirits. My morale is high. That's really it. I'm not doing bad. I'm not doing, like, even when I don't sleep, I don't do bad. Like mentally, I'm like, oh, I want to sleep. But I have been okay. I have a really good support system. So, I will talk to y'all later. I'll keep you up. I might do like a really quick update video during the next cut just to see how bad things get, but I will keep you updated. See you later. Peace out.